Welcome to Doctor's Story. I'm Anne, and with me today I have Mrs. Fharzana. So today we're going to be discussing a very interesting topic, which is alternative medicine, and we'll also be touching a little bit about complementary medicine. And this is very close to my heart because I live with a chronic disease, and I found that complementary medicine is sometimes the way to go. So before we start, Mrs. Fharzana, could you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Namaskar, Anne. Yes, I'm Fharzana Siraj, and I'm a yoga therapist. I'm an acupuncturist. I have a clinic in Chennai under the name of Orange Ray, and it's a holistic health clinic where we practice alternative medicine. We have all forms of alternative medicine: yoga therapy, acupuncture, ayurveda, homeopathy, nutrition, psychotherapy, etc. Naturopathy as well. And I came into this profession by chance. It was not planned at all. I came from a different background. I did my arts actually in my grads. But it so happened that I ended up with a chronic lumbar disease. Okay, I had a lumbar disc prolapse. And I did the whole drill. I went to the doctors, the orthos, the neuros, but my pain kind of remained on a scale of 6 on 10, which was quite debilitating. I wasn't able to do most of the things I was, liking to do. Sitting in the car for 30, 40 minutes became, very painful. And this pain wouldn't just budge, it kind of became second nature, and I was becoming irritable. I was becoming, losing my confidence, and I reached to a point of depression because of this ongoing pain. And that's when I just thought I have to do something about it, because one day my daughter just came and told me, Mama, whenever I see you, you're just lying down on the bed. That sentence somewhere, hit me. And I said, is that how I'm perceived now, all the time lying down on the bed? And this is what I want for myself? And I said, of course not. So that's when someone told me to meet my guru, B.K. Iyengar then. And I went there, got myself sorted with him. And then that set me thinking as to what is this missing link in healthcare, which is being missed by all the doctors. And then that set me, on this path. And now when I look back, that time I used to think, why me, why me, why me? And now I know why it was me, because probably, the divine power wanted me to take this thing. So I went back, learned Iyengar Yoga, got certified, became a trainer, became a therapist, and I supplemented all my knowledge with academic degrees. I did my master's in yoga therapy. I did my MD in alternative medicine. I did my MD in acupuncture. Currently, I'm doing my PhD. And side by side, I also interned with general physicians who were also yoga therapists, who are my seniors, because I wanted to bridge this gap between the Western medicine and the Eastern medicine, because I believe one is like a right hand, one is a left hand. You cannot do without both. So I think somewhere I've managed to do that, because I have a happy set of patients who swear by the work we do. So it has been a very, very gratifying and very unique, I would say, journey for me. And I believe that whatever happened, it was destined, and I'm here. That's so. Yeah, that's my little story behind, why and when I started this.
That's really nice. That's so beautiful. I love the inspiration behind your entire journey. But I do have a question. What keeps you inspired now, every day?
Because I have just begun. So I'm a toddler, I feel, in this. And the funny thing is about knowledge, the more you know, you feel that the less you know. You hardly know anything, So when I set out, I was like, oh my God, I found some secret. And now I feel, oh my God, I just know only this drop in this whole ocean, There's so much to know. Human body is a marvel, and especially when in alternate medicine, we look at not only the physical, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual side. So you can imagine how much more there is to know in a person. And we're just working and working. So what keeps me going is the smile on my patient's face when they are relieved of the problem, and their eyes sparkle, the whole body language changes, the confidence comes back. And somewhere I feel, oh my God, thank you, God, for making me an instrument in your hand.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. So, alternative medicine is quite different from Western medicine, isn't it? even in terms of the core principle behind how it operates, it's quite different.
Sure.
Could you tell us a little bit about it? What is the basis of alternative medicine?
In a very simple, the layman's language first, I would like to say that Western medicine or modern medicine sees people through a microscope, and alternative medicine sees people through a telescope. The reason being, through a telescope, you can see the whole person, and through a microscope, you can see only parts. The whole is always greater than the sum of its parts. That's what Aristotle said. And it is a proven thing, So every individual is different. So your kidney is different from my kidney. My liver is different from your liver. So when I talk about liver, it's not enough. I have to talk about your liver, so that your sets you apart. And that is the focus of alternative medicine. Of course, it is natural, it is holistic. So these are the two hallmarks. Whereas in Western medicine, they are more symptomatic. So we go behind the cause and they go behind the more. So this is the fundamental difference.
And in alternative medicine, there's the idea of the 5 elements in the body. Could you tell us a little bit more about this?
Yeah. So according to alternate sciences, we are made up of the Pancha Bhutas, the 5 elements, that is fire, air, sky, earth, and water. So whatever is there is a mixture of that, and the whole naturopathy is based on this. So when we treat, we use the 5 elements of nature to treat a person. So if anything is little or more, excess, hypo or hyper, we try to balance that and then we treat the person. So that is the basic funda. There's another one thing, which is the Pancha Kosher theory. I would like to tell you that. So according to alternate medicine, yoga therapy, we have 5 subtle layers around us which can't be seen with the naked eye. These are the auras. Okay. So the kosha basically means a body of a layer of. So it starts with the growth, which is your annamaya kosha. Anna, it is nourished through the food you eat. Okay, annamaya. The second is the pranamaya, which is nourished through the prana, the air you breathe. Air is a very bad translation of prana, but I would, the energy, bioenergy. And the third is the manomaya kosha. That's your mind, okay? What you feel, your emotions, what you think. And the fourth is the Vijnanamaya kosha. So Vijnanamaya basically means it is a body of your the discretion what you use, your Vijnan, okay? So for example, how different are we from animals? Now, an animal also feels hunger. The animal also feels a sexual instinct. The animal also wants to sleep. The animal feels cold, warm, everything. All that, in that respect, we're all same. But where Vigyan is concerned, that's where human beings have Vigyan, the intellect, to decide what is right, what is wrong. For example, an animal, when it needs to have sex, it will have sex with somebody from its own, doesn't care whether it's a sister or a mother or a friend or whoever. So it can't distinguish between that because there's no thinking power, there's no decision-making power. But a human being can think. So this is the thing, that's why we are placed on top of the chart of the evolution, right? So humans are superior. So that is your Vijnanamaya kosha. And the last is your Anandamaya kosha. That's your bliss mode, okay? Now, not many of us, and hardly few of us would have reached that bliss mode. So according to yoga therapy, yoga, our disease starts from the Manomaya kosha, from your emotions, from your mind, what you've been thinking. It starts from there. It goes and disrupts the pranayama kosha. That means your breathing gets disrupted. And if it is not corrected soon, it starts showing its result on your annamaya kosha, on your body. So this is the way we trace. So when we look at a person, we definitely need to find out what kind of thoughts they are thinking, because that can affect the entire system. So that's how it is.
This is beautiful. I really like the idea. How old is this theory?
Oh my God, this is all. I wouldn't even know how old is the theory. I think from the time when the whole science was born. So I must be Patanjali has brought it out. Yeah, father of yoga.
It's interesting how in India, even though this is part of our culture and part of our tradition, we've kind of forgotten it. Like a lot of us are not.
And that is the saddest part. what I feel very sad is, believe me, I've seen some amazing Westerners taken to our Indian culture in such a beautiful way. And then they do it and they repackage it and sell it back to us. And we somewhere lost our wealth. So all this has been there from ages. People always fell sick then also, and they got treated then also. But we need to get back the thing. I'm happy in some way that COVID has put the focus back on alternative medicine to a great extent. So I think that is the silver lining in this black cloud of COVID.
What do you feel is the scope of alternative medicine in today's world?
It has already been revived. The present government has done some amazing work behind this. For example, we have International Yoga Day now happening, accepted worldwide. So that is one big step. The other Ayush sciences, there is a ministry on Ayush now, AYUSH, A for Ayurveda, Y Yoga, U Unani, S Siddha, and H is homeopathy, just for the benefit of people who don't know. So we have a whole ministry, they have programs running it. There is something called Madhume Mukta Bharat, Diabetes Free India program being run by the government. They've pumped in huge investment, basically to work with people who have diabetes to the diabetes which is not too bad or too old. It can be completely reversed, and those who have very chronic, at least the medicines can be reduced and the side effects can be tackled. So we're having amazing work. Now we also have some work going on in the field of oncology in cancer. So the government, I think, is doing a great deal, and as I said, COVID has put the interest back. So people are now trying to get healthier. They are understanding the importance of immunity, because somewhere they had just thought that they're taking the immunity for granted. So now it's like, may the best man win, may the most immune person, be free of COVID. So it's become like that. So I think it's a good thing where alternate medicine is concerned. And I'm more happy about how, in fact, we don't have that many things happening in India where where all this is happening abroad. There are hospitals having complementary medicine. They are in US, in China. They have amazing stuff happening, and with amazing success stories and success rate. And I think it's not going to be too much of a time when India is going to be also, booming with this stuff. So Western medical experts have accepted thing, because I attended a conference last year from AAPI, the American Association of Physicians of Indian Origin. And for the first time in the history of Western medicine, they had a seminar on Ayush. And I was fortunate enough to represent the Y part of it, the yoga therapy part of it. So that was actually a very inspiring and very motivational thing, because that said that the doctors of America were accepting alternate medicine and Ayush as a part of treatment. So I think we felt all good, and we all patted ourselves on the back. So, yeah.
So talking about Ayush, Ayush seems to be, as a term itself, it's embracing so many different things. So this kind of reminds me of something that we had spoken about earlier, which is complementary medicine versus alternative medicine. It's something that we all get quite confused with. Do tell us what the difference is.
Sure. So alternative medicine is basically our age-old sciences. Somewhere I feel that, those were earlier, 5,000 years plus, and then came modern medicine, Western medicine. So technically, going by the English language, who had to be alternate, right? But anyway, somehow the ancient sciences are called alternative medicine. So we have all of these sciences, Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, homeopathy, all of them come under that. Now, complementary medicine means when you combine two or more sciences to complement each other, to support each other, okay? So that is called complementary. So not necessary that the complementary medicine has to be from the alternative side only. You could combine, say, yoga therapy with modern medicine or Western medicine, and that is also complementary medicine. So complementary medicine basically means to combine two or more sciences.
Tell us a little bit about how we can mix alternative medicine with Western medicine.
Okay, so somewhere, if you go back today also, in every hospital you will find a nutritionist, right? Because everything the doctors know cannot be tackled by chemicals and drugs alone. So the diet is important. So without even realizing, they have already complemented their treatment. Yes. And similarly, they can go now they're going one step further. So they say, okay, what is your lifestyle? What time you are sleeping? What time you are waking up? Are you smoking? Are you not smoking? So they have done it in a subtle way. But if they can go a little more and see that, talk, because today the way the whole world is going, there's too much of toxins, whether it is from the food we ingest or the water we drink or the air we breathe, or most important, the culprit is this, the thought we think of. Okay, so if we can tackle all that and just first try to make the lifestyle okay, abstinence from so much of technology. We have all gadgets all the time, whether it's a cell phone or the computer. So if you can do stuff like that, that itself will treat people. So I think modern medicine is amazing for emergency care, for critical care, but for chronic diseases, alternative medicine works wonders because it changes the person. It looks at transformation. It just doesn't look at, what would I say, stifling the symptoms. Okay, so we don't want to stifle. We want to cure. We don't want just to manage, because they've come up with these amazing words, manage. We don't want to just manage. We want to cure. We want to eradicate, right? So that is what we need to do. So why don't we just combine it? I mean, why? I honestly feel that why is there such ego in different people? I mean, why isn't that everybody just trying to think that the patient and his problems are of paramount importance, not what you are going to do, how you are going to treat it? It should be the question.
Nice. So we've touched a little bit about lifestyle, and you just like hit gold, and there's so much that we've been talking about. It would be nice if you could give it to us like as simple points, as things that we can take away and do every day.
Yeah, so I try to make my borrowing from the principles of yoga therapy and ayurveda. So there are 4 main principles on which the whole body of the whole health stands: ahar, vihar, achar, and vichar. Okay, ahar is the food you eat. Okay, vihar is the rest and recreation. Achar is your conduct, how you carry yourself. Okay. Now, why are we talking about conduct here? It's not a moral science class, but imagine if you help someone. Okay, what do you feel? Tell me, what do you feel? You feel good after you help someone?
Yeah, of
Definitely.
course, I feel really good.
Why do you feel good? Because your body is flooded with the good hormones. Okay. And that's what happens. So your achar, your conduct is very important. Suppose if you're one of those scheming kind of people, always trying to find out what I can do to trouble this one, do you think you can be in good health? No, because your body is not going to support you by releasing good chemicals and good hormones in your body. So that is why your achar is very important. That's why, you just think how wise those ancient practitioners were, where they put that in as part of your health management. I don't see any other book having that, right? So, ahar, eating, vihar, rest and recreation, achar is your conduct, and vichar, what are you thinking? Are you always depressed? Are you always going to think that, oh, nothing is going to happen to me? Now we are placing so much of stress on mental health. This was told to us thousands of years back. And if you actually see, if you can correct all these 4, there is no place for disease.
Wow, that's really nice, and it's rhyming. Let's say it together. The first one is achar.
Ahar.
Say it again.
Ahar. A-A-H-A-A-R.
Okay.
Ahar.
Ahar.
Vihar.
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 Achar.
Achar.
Vichar.
Vichar. Excellent. Yes. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
This has been such an amazing conversation. And I'm sure that after listening to this, a lot of people will want to get in touch with you. How do they do it?
First, go through my website. It's www.orange, ORANGERAY.in. www.orangeray.in, RAY. Okay. And I'm in Chennai, in Nungambakkam, very, very close to the main Apollo hospital. ID is info@orangeray.in. Phone numbers are 7373 737211. I will repeat 7373332211.
Thank you so much. It's been such
Thank
a pleasure to speak to you. And I think that there's so much scope in taking this further. And we will definitely get you back for a few more interviews to talk about different illnesses and how we can treat it.
Thank you, Anne. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here. I love to spread and create awareness about alternate medicine because I believe that your body is the only capital you have and you cannot buy it, you can only service it. So it's better the more we service it through nature, it's the best thing we can do to ourselves.
Thank you.